Losing a loved one to death is very difficult, and you have our deepest sympathies. We share your pain in the loss of our loved ones as well. We would like to share with you tools that will help you, your loved ones, and friends get through this difficult time. The loss will always be felt, but good memories can remain. Let us show you how with a dignified, quality memory book. The rich feel of leather provides substance and quality that you can literally hold onto. Tangible photos and the personal touch of those who are sharing your pain are important to healing and coping. Let's examine 3 things. 1, the value of our memory album. 2, comparisons of options to fit your budget. And 3, the guest book for the funeral.
So let's talk about the value of a photo album. And Diana, let's talk about a little bit. We both have lost loved ones in death. So how do you think a photo album, having those pictures, really helps emotionally?
Well, when I think about my grandmother's funeral, she died a few years ago. She was really an important part of my life. And the pictures that we gathered together, those can remind me of the special times that we had together and, what sort of person that she was. So the pictures really help, I think, to remember that sort of thing and help you with your grief.
Yeah, that's a good point. I remember too, looking at as a family, we'd get together just shortly after my father's death. We gathered all the photos as a family. Everybody kind of brought different ones together. And it was just nice as a whole family to remember things, even before the funeral.
Yeah, I think too when friends come and see the pictures, they relate to you how they knew also, your loved one. They might tell you stories about them, and certain pictures might help them to remember those times too.
That's true. In fact, I think there's awkwardness on both parties. I mean, the person who's grieving, who's lost their loved one, plus the awkwardness of your family member or friend who's coming to try to comfort you. The pictures really provide a nice springboard to talk about good times, good memories.
And I know too, my children, and I even have a grandchild now, so for the future, those pictures can help me to help tell them what kind of a person she was and like who they came from.
That's true. That's a good point. And I think that it's really are some things that can help people to deal with the loss of a loved one is in the grieving process all the way through, whether it be before the funeral, after the funeral, even weeks, months, years to come. It really is going to help not just one person, but many people involved in the whole grieving process. So we can kind of see a value here, and what we'd like to show is how we can help to bridge that problem of getting all those pictures together and getting it in a nice dignified and a quality way, really, of bringing it together.
I know when we all got together, there were so many aunts and uncles and my cousins, and there was all kinds of pictures and just to have the organizing all of them and getting a copy, like if I wanted a copy of this one and somebody else wanted a copy of that one, it was difficult to arrange for all that for any one person because you're having a hard time already. So it's nice to maybe have them all in a photo album versus on a picture board where the picture board gets dismantled after the funeral and there go all the pictures.
That's right. And then oftentimes many funeral homes too offer a DVD, which is really nice because you can sit and pop it in. But sometimes it's just nice just to hold on to something that you can see and feel. And so that's one of the services that we can offer to help people in the process. Oftentimes those pictures are already gathered together. Maybe afterwards they say if they have to go back to many different family members and friends. But if while they're in the possession of the funeral home, the funeral director, if he has an envelope with all those pictures in it, And if you wanted it in a particular order, so for example, if you run in the back, this is number 1, number 2, number 3, then we can actually put that in the order into a photo album for you. And so that's we can see that something that has to be done to make this whole thing work. So in order to accomplish that too, some people perhaps can do it on their own, and that's very possible. But sometimes it takes a lot of time, and to learn how to do it. There's a certain skill involved in doing a nice, tasteful layout. It's one thing to do your vacation pictures, but now to take someone you love and you have good memories of them for years and years to come, you want it done professionally. And that's what we can offer to do, is we can put all those pictures in a nice order, a nice fashion. And then everybody's got different budgets as well. And so we have different products that we have to offer. And that's something we'll be showing very soon here in our video, is the different products you have. Like for example, you see it in front of us, nice tasteful laser engraved Italian leather, nice edging, nice quality. And so we can see the importance of doing that. Just one thing I wanted to mention though too, is that sometimes people don't take into account is how the times are changing with funeral homes. I know growing up, we've always been used to having the funeral home around the corner. And oftentimes we even knew who the funeral director was personally by name. They knew us, and it was very, very homey. We like that. I think it's a comfortable feeling. But as times change, people aren't necessarily going for big burials anymore. Some still are, and that's okay. But as times change, if we can't keep that local funeral home in the neighborhood, we're going to lose them. And so this provides another revenue source for them as well, and supporting them and keeping them close by, and keeping that memory of them close to us, that we can deal with that grief.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So perhaps what we could look at now is something that would show how we can compare the different things for our budget. I'd like to show you the differences in our books. We have the chart here, but I'd like to actually show it by video. So we're going to show you, this is our high-end Premier, this is our Supreme, this is our Deluxe, and then Basic. So first of all, is highlight the size. These three are all the same. They're 8 by 11, and this is 6 by 8. The next thing I want to show you is the paper thickness. So you can see like this one is, the whole book is 5/8 of an inch thick, as compared to this book is 7/8 of an inch thick, which brings us to our next size, which is, the whole book itself is 1 1/8 inch thick, compared to this book, which will be 1 3/8 thick, every single page. So kind of give you a difference, showing the page thickness of each of these books. Also, what I'd like to show is the type of photo material. This is called, here is a e-photo paper, which is a high quality, but then as compared to this right here, which is a luster type finish. So you can kind of see really close the type of finish it is. And the same with our Supreme style, is the exact same finish. These two are considered to be luster. But then when you compare that to our Pearl Metallic, you can see the difference. So this Pearl Metallic has a high gloss, high sheen to it, and there's actually a metal in the photo paper. So that kind of shows you that. Also, I'd like to show you then is the edging on the books. These two are plain. They're a little bit thinner paper, but they're a plain edge. Whereas with these two higher end books, this one is gold with a square corner, and this one is a prism with a round corner. The prism is our specialty. It's kind of brings up the colors of the room, red, blues, yellows, and so forth. It's very pretty edging that's gilded on. Also, I like to show you the differences of the text on it. So here, this is a printed text on a cloth. This is a gold stamp image here of your custom text, and this is wrapped in leather in the spine and on the front. And these two areas are where a lot of books get a lot of use, so this is a nice protection, and in the main body is cloth. This one is a Italian leather, and it's available in these two different colors. This is an acorn color, and this is a ruby. And on this Italian leather, you can work oils into it and so forth. It's like scratch resistant, and you can feel the Italian leather. And on this one, we laser etch the person's name and date. And then our higher end one is laser Italian leather, the same as this leather. But on this, we do a lot of graphic artwork here where we can actually laser engrave a custom photo on the front of it. So you give us your photo, and we'll try to work with that and get that so we can laser engrave it into that. So this kind of helps you to see the differences between the four books. Obviously different price ranges to fit your budget, but also very high quality that's hard to compare to anywhere else. Thank you. In addition to our memory albums, we also have guest books for the signing at the funeral. In front of it, we have a place for the actual photograph. You can just pop it in, as well as a place for your guests to sign in pages. So we'll give you as many as you need for those. And then we also have a place for poetry and so forth that we can add in there too. The nice thing really about the guest book is that we can make this up ahead of time with this custom photo. As you see here, this is a photo of a local area. This is here in Beloit, Wisconsin, and this is the Rock River. And this is a place oftentimes perhaps the friends and family may sit and view the river. It's a comfortable, relaxing situation. In the background is the high school where this person may have attended, and so even the people that are coming to show their respects, it creates it within them a comfortable feeling and something they can talk about and a good memory of their friend or family member. Now, if something different is wanted, we can do a very simple, basic customization, like you see in this particular one, that is very close to the sample of the photo album. Or we can do more of a customization of even the photo. Perhaps if the person wants they want a picture of the person, or maybe they want a picture of the home, their favorite vacation place. We can follow a number of different things we can do. But this is one that we really like because we were requested to do this. We did this for a funeral, and the person didn't want an individual on the front. They just wanted to capture a feeling that was really comforting and something that created a good feeling of or that they could share it with their friends and family there. So this is something we're showing as an offering that your funeral home can offer you.
We would like to work in partnership with your funeral home to provide you with a beautiful memory album. Each album has 10 sheets or 20 pages that will allow for 30 to 100 photos. The back of the album will carry the brand of your funeral home. This allows you to purchase future albums for other friends and family. Once we have done our graphic layouts, we can offer 20% off future albums of the same layout. These are memories that you place a high value on and will be cherished for years to come. Memories that you can hold onto.